Hey guys, welcome to the GTA 5 video. Today I'm going to be pretty much talking about the brand new updates coming out for GTA pretty soon in the upcoming weeks for this spring, and it's called the Spring Game Update. So if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure you guys slap that like button. Let's get right into it without wasting any further time. Right guys, first things first, all the information I'm going to be talking about in this video has been 100% confirmed on the official website of Rockstar Games under the Newswire section, which was posted a couple hours ago. And pretty much what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys and talking about it specifically, the specific points and some of the most important things coming out of that. So of course, make sure you guys check out the link in the description below if you guys want to check it out in detail. But let's get right into it with the first thing that's coming out next week, called the Capture Creator. Remember, these are updates coming out over a certain period of time. There's not one big update where they're bringing out everything at once, otherwise that would just break the game. So what it is, they're bringing out Capture Creator first, then the High Life update after that, along with Heists coming out finally, which would be sometime next month. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so first thing's coming out for the spring update called the Capture Creator, coming out next week, where basically the community gets opportunity to create original customized capture jobs, because right now what we have at the moment is creating death matches and races. So this is a great new addition for those of you that love creating your own type of jobs and races and death matches. Right, so now that we know the Capture Creator is coming out next week, the update coming the week after that is going to be called the High Life update, and this is pretty much going to be most likely going to be on Easter Day. I wouldn't be surprised, because this is pretty much the DLC that we speculated a few weeks ago. If you guys remember, I made a video with the Lamborghini Veneno in my thumbnail talking about a few things and a few speculations for this particular DLC, but there's a lot more coming to this than what we speculated, and a few points that we mentioned in that video were pretty much spot on for this particular update that's coming out in a couple weeks time. So from the information that Rockstar have provided for this particular update coming out in a couple weeks time, they've confirmed that it's going to be a brand new motorbike called the Dinka Thrust. As we know, Dinka is one of the manufacturers in the game that produces the fastest bikes in the game, one of which we already know the fastest bike currently is the Dinka Akuma. One after that is the Dinka Double T, and both these bikes are currently the fastest in the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dinka Thrust is going to be competing against these. And I'll be making a video of that once the update comes out, where I'll be comparing the Dinka Thrust to the other Dinkas in the game to see which one's the fastest. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dinka Thrust itself would be the fastest bike in the game, but regardless, that's currently speculation, but we'll see once it comes out. Along with that, they've also confirmed 3 brand new lavish cars to choose from. Now here's the thing, alright, we speculated that one of which is going to be a SUV from GTA 4 called Huntley. They state within this information it's going to be 3 brand new cars. So I'm still unsure about this. I'm not sure if the SUV is going to be coming out or if it's just going to be straight 3 cars. But from what we know so far from the image that you're looking at right now, on the right hand side you can see it's a supercar called the Pegassi Zentorno. And this was actually pointed out in my speculation video that it was most likely going to be a Lamborghini, because if you saw the thumbnail of the video, I put in the Veneno for that particular video, and the Lamborghini Veneno, right, is something that I was hoping for, but it doesn't matter because they've made this car similar to the Lamborghini Aventador that we know in real life. And that was highly requested by a lot of you guys in the comment section, so that's pretty awesome. They're actually listening to the community and they've brought out somewhat similar car to the Aventador in real life, along with a mixture of a few other cars. Of course, as we already know in the game, that's what they like to do. They like to mix the different cars. But of course, we know Pegassi is the manufacturer of Lamborghini, and that wasn't a surprise there. But the car next to it is called the Massacaro. The yellow car you can see looks very similar on the front to the Coquette. So we'll see how it goes. You know, probably the rear looks different to the Coquette, but the front looks an awful lot similar. So I'm kind of disappointed by that. But also you can say it looks similar to the Carbon Azure, which, you know, is the Grotti. Could possibly be a Ferrari as well. But from the angle that we see the image, it looks very similar to the Coquette and the Carbon Azure. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we can tell from the rear with more images coming out in the future. But right now we've got to be patient. But also with this DLC, we've got a few other things coming, a few other minor things. Also a huge change that we wasn't expecting, but was highly requested. And this is in fact called the multi-property ownership. This obviously will allow you to purchase more than 1 apartment. So most likely going to be maximum of 2, as they state. You can have 2 garages simultaneously with 2 apartments. So that's awesome. You can have 20 vehicles this time instead of having 10, so you don't have to limit yourselves to the cars that you want and desire. So this is awesome, but having only 2 seems a bit, you know, I don't know, questionable. Maybe having more than that could be overkill, so 2 seems fine at the moment, because, you know, maybe more than that could be pushing it. But yeah, 2 is pretty awesome. Having to own multiple apartments, most likely the 2 that we have at the moment is going to be the one available for us at the moment. Not sure exactly if there's going to be other apartments, you know, that's kind of speculation at this moment, as they haven't gone into detail with that. But at this very moment, from what they state, it's going to be 2 we get to own 2 apartments along with 2 garages, which is confirmed, and also a few new jobs, along with a brand new rifle called the Bullpup, along with a few new wardrobe items as well. So that's pretty much the DLC we expect on Easter. So a lot of items expected from this, a lot of changes as well. So stay tuned for that exciting stuff. But as we already mentioned and confirmed and speculated, all of this, a few of the things that's already confirmed, we already speculated were pretty much spot on. So that's awesome. Still questioning the vehicles though, because I'm not sure if there's going to be SUV or just 3 straight cars. I'm not sure, because in the image you can see an SUV right back there. Is a black SUV, but that's already an SUV that's currently existent in the game. So you know that's not anything new there, and that's not something we can speculate over. But the 3rd vehicle has not been shown yet for the cars, but the motorbike also hasn't been shown, so gotta wait and be patient on that. But the update coming right after the High Life update is called the Heists. Of course, the heist itself, you know, that's something we were expecting for quite some time now. It's going to be coming at the end of the spring, and that is going to be huge. You know, that is something that we should expect, and there's not much information on that currently, but soon there'll be information, so I'll be making a video on that as soon as the information comes out. Right guys, so I'm going to bring you guys the biggest news out of them all, and this is pretty much Rockstar continuing to improve the game with our feedback, okay? And one of which I'm really excited about is the changes that they're making to the racing system, because as we know, and as you know from my particular series that I do on my channel for GTA 5 Live Multiplayer Racing, as of recently I've been getting more and more frustrated as more and more players try and take me out because they think it's funny and fun to do that. But from my perspective, the way I want to see the series going is, and the direction I want to take this is to make races intense, and at the end of the race to see who can actually keep their composure and win the race with the actual skill that is involved in racing, which a lot of people don't see because they're bad at racing. So what Rockstar game is actually adding into the game for the racing section is a non-contact option. This is absolutely crazy, and I nearly shat myself when I saw this, because they basically, what they do, they disable other players from colliding into you. So it makes your car transparent or semi-transparent, so if a car does try to take you out, they basically go through your car and your car doesn't move, that position doesn't change. It's absolutely amazing, right? The only thing that stays the same is the traffic and the objects. Of course, you can still hit into traffic and get taken out by that if you're pretty poor at driving, but with your skill, you know, you can win races fair and square, and this actually will make the races fair. And basically going around sharp corners with a bunch of cars, if it's a 16-man race, there will be no collisions, where you can pretty much race properly and focus on your car without having to worry about other players taking you out. And this is probably the biggest change I've ever seen in GTA 5, specifically for the series that I'm going to be doing, and I expect to see a lot more GTA 5 Live Racing, because this is going to be interesting. It's going to see who's actually a really good racer and who's actually really bad at racing. So stay tuned for that. This amazing updates. There's also a few other changes in specific. It's nothing major, but you know, you can check that out in link in the description from the Newswire, sorry. But yeah, other than that, that is all the information coming out for spring for GTA 5 update. This is pretty much me talking to you guys, but specifics in detail, I suppose. I did say this briefly at first, but you know, I wanted to go into detail, because here's the good thing, man. Certain things that we speculated over the previous videos in the past are pretty much spot on. There's a lot more coming to it. One of which I was surprised about was the new apartments they're bringing out for the brand new cars, but that's understandable because there's a lot more cars that they're bringing into the game every term, so that's expected. So yeah, right, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys slap that like button. I'll see you guys soon. Subscribe for more GTA 5 content, as we'd expect a lot more content from GTA 5, so expect a lot of car v car comparisons, a lot of comparison with the motorbikes, and yes, a lot of videos with heists coming out as well. So you subscribe for that if you want to see it, and I'll see you guys soon. Check your son out. Good night, peace. Yeah. Okay, let me race against Weasley. Let me race against Weasley.
You in this course, mother. How do you get a boost?
Press R2 and go.
I did. It's